Today we hear the Ten Commandments in the book of Exodus. We also have a template in the gospel about how we might yield 100-fold. I think there's two ways of looking at the commandments. They're a burden, which I must endure and keep, or God will send me to hell. First, God doesn't send us to hell. But that's sometimes how people feel. If I don't keep the commandments, God won't love me. That's a heresy of Jansenism, that I'm bad and I have to do everything I can to get God to love me. If we study Scripture and we understand God isn't like that. God's a loving God and forgives us when we fail. That's really one way of looking at it. Or I can look at the commandments as a source of freedom. When I keep the commandments, I am free to live my life to the fullest. I am free to enjoy the beauty of God's creation. I continue to revel in the joy of a God who loves me and forgives me when I've sinned. Which would we rather live? In fear and well, you know what I mean. Or in joy, in freedom and hope. But also I think we have to take a look at the commandments and realize there's a responsibility that comes with them. Sometimes in our society we get so caught up in our rights that we forget there's a responsibility. I have a responsibility to make sure that I treat you with love and respect and I don't do anything to harm you. Yet, I have a right to do whatever I want. And sometimes we want that right no matter how it affects society. Look at just what was going on in the last 2 years with the pandemic. Competent doctors and medical personnel have said, if you wear a mask and wash your hands, you may not get COVID. Simple little things. And now they're encouraging everybody to get a shot. And I know some people can't get a shot for medical reasons because they're allergic to it. But kind of taking responsibility to make sure that I do everything possible to keep you from getting sick. Sure, I have a right to do whatever I want. I don't have to wear a mask. But if I make you sick, what does that do? I'm breaking the commandments. Thou shalt not kill. Everybody thinks killing is me stabbing you in the chest. No. It's doing something to make you less of a person and potentially to make you sick. That's one way. And we've seen it rampant. Even today, I'm a little bit of mad because I'm listening to the news, and maybe I should stop watching the news. The other thing, we have a right to bear arms. But do I need an AK-47 to hunt a deer? Do I have a responsibility, if I do own a gun, to make sure that I use that wisely? I have friends who hunt. I have friends who belong to gun clubs where they do skeet shooting and other things. Yeah, that's okay. But if I use a gun because I'm threatened by you and I'm going to kill you if you make a face at me, no. We have to follow the Ten Commandments, to live in freedom, but understand that each and every one of us has an obligation to make sure that we take care of each other and lift up each other. And what about people who put other people down? What about that? Am I any better because I make you feel less than you are? Am I keeping the commandments? But I'm expressing my opinion. Well, I have a right to my opinion, and you may disagree with me, and that's okay. And I may disagree with you, that's okay. But when I put you down for disagreeing with me, or if I put you down for not believing what I believe, that's not right. I'd rather be free personally, and I think each and every one of us would like to be free to follow the commandments and love and respect each other. And I've only mentioned a few things. I suppose each and every one of you could have an example of how we see people treat other people. Let's be kind. Let's be generous. Let's be free to love and serve the Lord with great joy as God has intended us to do. Then we will reap 100 or 60 or 30-fold.
Thank you for joining us for the celebration of the Mass today. It's a blessing that you are with us. Every broadcast of this liturgy goes out to hundreds of people and hundreds of people all over the world. It's been an enormous blessing. If you'd like to support this virtual ministry of OLPH, please go to our website. You can support this ministry by going to Give Central so that we can continue to broadcast the liturgy each and every week. Thank you for your support. Most of all, thank you for joining us today. God bless you. Greetings from OLPH.